Money is hard to talk about, not only in general life, but significantly more so in the context of being an artist or a creative person. There's a lot of social shame and anxiety that comes with it. You know, how much of it we make, how little of it we make, how we spend it, how we save it, where it goes, and all the other hundreds of micro decisions that we have to make. And then on top of all of that, as an artist or a creative, learning how to make money is a whole other skill altogether that is confusing, and it can feel kind of icky and gross, and it's just something that we don't usually want to talk to others about, and I totally get that. But I think that the best artists in the modern age have the ability to make money off the thing that they love doing the most. More importantly, they make enough money to continue doing the thing that they love for as long as they want to do it for. Now, this doesn't apply to you if your creativity or passion is a hobby, or if it's sustained by your job doing something unrelated. If your creating things is just a part-time thing for you, then you already have some avenue to support yourself to continue doing it. So you might want to keep it that way, and that is totally fine as well. But for full-time artists, the creatives who currently do or want to do this as a long-lasting, fruitful career, the idea of being self-sustaining in doing what you love doing is of paramount importance. Because to be renowned at anything, you need time, and a lot of it. And I want to stress here, I'm not just talking about, being good or being better than average or even great or even excellent at your art. I'm not talking about 1 year or 2 years or even 3, 4, 5 or even 6 years. No, I'm specifically talking about mastery and decades. The idea of the 10,000 hours rule was popularized by Malcolm Gladwell, the author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, in his fantastic book Outliers, which I highly recommend that you read. It's this idea that to achieve mastery, true mastery at any complex, complicated skill, most people get there by the time they've put in 10,000 hours or so of deliberate practice, not, sloppy, wishy-washy, half-focused practice, but intentional, directional, deliberate practice. And this can take around a decade or 10 years for most people. If you worked a 40-hour work week doing almost anything, you would reach 10,000 hours in just 5 years. But if you're honest with yourself, when you're at a job, how much of that time is genuinely intentional, considered, feedback-driven work, deliberately progressing your art and your craft forward? And then how much of that time is spent in meetings or on lunch or just goofing around? The timeline to mastery is far longer than what people think it is. Now, the specific timing of 10,000 hours in 10 years is not that important in and of itself, so don't get stuck on that. But what is important here is that this is a great goal to strive towards when we're thinking about deliberate work, because we need to do a lot of it to reach mastery. And this journey is deceiving, because in any given skill, with enough effort and deliberate practice, we can reach a skill level that is decent, that is average, or even just above average in just a few years. This is the 80% of skill acquisition. But the problem is that everyone else gets to this level too. 80% of others will reach 80% of the same skill level. This, by definition, is what average is. But the rest of the journey to the upper 20%, the upper 10%, the upper 1%, this journey takes just as long, but probably longer than the time it took to reach the starting point of average. So 10,000 hours is more like a commitment to your craft over the long term. It's a metaphor. It's the North Star. It's something that 99% of others will fail to achieve, and it will put you in rare air. Remember, what is difficult and rare is valuable, and the result of achieving mastery in your art is all of those things. But you need money to do all of this. Money is freedom. And as an artist, you need the freedom to be able to continue doing what you love doing for as long as you can do it, for the sake of pursuing mastery, for the sake of growth, for the sake of enjoying life. In the past, artists used to have patrons, super rich people who would then pay a salary to an artist to have them continue doing what they loved doing. You know, in the past, you were set for life if you were an artist with a patron. In 2023, in today's world, we have the internet. And regardless of whether you're thinking physically or digitally, the way forward to make money doing what you love doing is found on the internet. Now, this video isn't one about the tactics of how to make money as a creative. I've already made a couple of videos about how to make art your full-time thing, which I will leave below the like button. But I can make more detailed videos about this topic in the future because I love this stuff and I really want to encourage as many creatives as possible to start pursuing a life that they love, a full life that is led in the way that they want to lead it, doing things that they want to do, owning their time, owning their finances. That's something worth striving for, but I know it's super hard to do. So, you know, when I see self-sustaining artists and creatives who are not only killing it in their passions, but also killing it in their finances, these are the people that I genuinely respect, because a long-lasting, generative journey pursuing your craft is one of the most challenging but noble things that you can do as an artist. So if you're an artist or creative, I'd implore you to change your mindset around how you think about money. It's not some, icky, shame-filled thing, and you're not really selling out by doing it, right? Rather, it's quite the opposite. Making money doing what you love compounds your ability towards mastery. Selling your art gives you time to make more of it, and that is a pretty rare, noble, and valuable thing. Okay, if you enjoyed this video essay, this is actually the spoken version of my free weekly newsletter, Creative in Process, where I provide action-oriented, thought-provoking insights about the entire creative process in just 4 minutes or less every single Monday. Sign up at patk.com/creative and process, or I will leave a link in the description box below, which you can visit as well. All right, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, I will see you next week. But until then, get out there and make something that matters. Peace.